Hey everybody, it's your old pal Brian Hunt. Welcome to another episode of 60 Seconds of Risk. And today I've got the good fortune to have my friend Tim Fandrey with Gray & Reed. Tim, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So Tim, real quick, what's your background? What do you do?
So I'm an attorney that practices construction law, represent owners, subcontractors, contractors, and their disputes and transactions.
Awesome. So Tim, in the world of construction, you have an owner that has a contract with a general contractor or a GC, a contract with the sub. And you agree to the amount, and there's a scope of work that's defined in the contract, and everybody's off to the races. During the course of construction, something changes, and as a result, there might be a change order. And that change is like, I want you to do this now. But that's not back in the original contract. Sometimes then we find out that can be kind of complicated, correct?
That's absolutely right. And the biggest thing that everybody needs to remember is to submit notice when changes occur.
And by notice, who's doing submitting to notice?
The person that's being impacted by the change
Okay.
should submit notice. So often an owner will direct a change but not submit a change order a written change order along with that, and it's important in those instances that the general contractor or subcontractor who's being directed to do the changed work notify the owner that it's impacting their cost and time for performance.
And obviously, a lot of litigation come back as a result because someone does the work, but they're not getting compensated because it wasn't approved or something. What's the best practices, or like what's even the case law these days as far as what dictates this?
Yeah, so a couple of years ago, the Texas Supreme Court finally weighed in on this issue, and they've set forth the rule, which is a substantial compliance doctrine.
Okay.
So basically, what came out of that case was if there's a contractual requirement that notice be in writing, the notice has to be in writing.
Okay. And by writing, is that email and text, or just a email, or what are we talking about?
Most likely, the best practice would be to follow the instructions of the contract.
Got it.
But I would think email would suffice.
Okay.
Just under the substantial compliance doctrine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The second component to that test is if you don't follow the strict notice requirements of the contract, does your failure to follow those strict notice requirements substantially prejudice the owner or upstream contractor?
Okay. So if someone's there watching the show, a general contractor or sub, and they're getting a change order, what would you say is like the best practice to make sure no one's going to have any complaints about this down the road?
Yeah, I mean, the best practice, if you can, is to follow the letter of the contract. But, sometimes that's not possible. Like, for instance, if you're dealing with a delay and you don't know the full impact of the delay when it first occurs, well, you want to provide notice at the outset that the delay has occurred in writing, and then submit multiple notices, keeping the upstream contractor or owner apprised of how it's impacting your time and cost performance.
And I imagine you say the safe thing is to, during this process, document everything.
Yeah, absolutely. During the process, documenting the cost and time impacts to the extent you can do a schedule analysis or even in daily reports how you're being impacted.
Fantastic. Tim, thanks so much for being on the show. This is really informative. Again, as like always, guys, if you found this informative or you want to see a certain topic or individual covered, please let me know and post that message on LinkedIn. And also, you can subscribe to these videos on the website. Subscribe to these videos on my YouTube channel. And you can also find the links to that to the website formerly known as Twitter, as well as Substack and Facebook. Until next time, guys. Bye.